Here at my good friend's shop, we're gonna in-frame this engine. This is my friend Mike's shop that had that cool B model I made a video of. I'm hoping if we got time, I could take some videos of his other trucks and keep an update of this engine build he's gonna help me with here. It was starting to put pressure in the coolant system, and I'm guessing the blown head gasket. But as we get it apart, I'll take more videos, and maybe I'll get to interview Mike. Well, it's the end of the first day in the process of the tear down. Mike was babysitting me and helping me with a few things. Got the head off. From what it seems, it looked like the head gasket was blown around by number 3 cylinder. There is some cracks on top of the pistons. And what's interesting is I cleaned the block off. It didn't have a tag on the valve cover. And I found the serial number, and it was a 4MG serial number. Water jacket after cooled. Somebody put the water jacket on it like a 7FB. (7FB) pistons. 3421 nozzles as well. Yeah, we're getting into it. Got the pan down, just draining. Pretty excited. I definitely needed somebody to help me and guide me through this. I was really adamant about trying to do it myself this go around. I figure if I'm going to be running these things, and I plan to, I need to know how to work on them as well. I guess it's just baby steps, but I'm glad I got Mike to help me. Definitely helps. Plus, he let me come up and use his shop and his tools, which is cool. Try to keep some more updates coming, and anything interesting that happens or that we find, I'll keep it going. Second day of working on it. Got the head off to the machine shop, rods to the machine shop, radiator out to the radiator shop. Come on this side. Unfortunately, there was cracking. I don't know if you'll see. Number 3. There was a crack similar to it on number 4. Number 3 is what we suspect, or basically what we kind of know, where the head gasket was blown. The liner protrusion was a little different in a few spots. It's a shame because what we can gather, it's an older rebuild, but a lot of it was done at one time. the bearing date code, if I did it correctly, came back from 2004. So maybe they were in it around 2004 or so, but it is what it is. It kind of prevented other issues because there was definitely other issues happening. The radiator was completely worn out. It was ready to go. Definitely some pitting on some of these liners, bearings. There's wear on some of the bearings, a lot of them actually, almost every single one. Let's see if I could get a... So those are about ready to pit through. Somebody neglected the coolant system for sure. Since between the time that the engine was overhauled back in early 2000 to the time I got it, a lot of crud and rust buildup in a lot of the coolant passages. So with this, I have a machine shop that travels. He's coming to redo all this. Thankfully, the lifter bores were good. The lowers are going to be done. The lower counter bores, the uppers, and the water holes, water passages, or whatever the correct term is. If I'm using incorrect terms, please don't judge me. I'm not a professional, but I was pretty hard up for doing this one on my own, or at least doing it with somebody babysitting me. And I appreciate Mike for letting me do that here and having him to help. He's been a big help, and he's got all the tools. So I really figured if I'm going to run this thing and run these things, I should be able to get into them, which I kind of know my way around a wrench, but I've never been into a engine yet, any sort of engine, but it's pretty cool. A lot of the hoses and the radiator hoses were obsolete from Ford. Kind of odd bends. I'm bringing those to a tube shop. Hopefully they can make them in stainless and just use a little shorter straight coolant hose to connect them to the radiator and the water pump and the upper radiator hose as well. And then hopefully I won't have an issue with anything rotting out. The steel hose is rotting out again. Dampener looks original. I got a new Vibratech dampener. Gonna clean it up and paint it. Got a water pump and everything, and I think we're gonna try to reseal some of the leaks on the pump. But yeah, she'll be almost there to being somewhat perfect, which I plan to hang on to this thing for a while, so it'll be pretty cool. I'll keep making some other updates and as it goes on, and hopefully get some videos of some of Mike's cool trucks. He's got a couple cab overs I'd like to make some videos about, or footage in this video. But yeah, that's what we got so far. Sorry if it's boring, but I figured somebody would like it, possibly. Okay, what do we got here? We got day number about 3.5, or technically day number 4. Yesterday we did work on it a little bit, tinkered with it, did stuff. Don from Rutts Machine, Don Weaver, Mr. Weaver, he came yesterday. He started on it, cutting the counter bores out. 6 lower counter bores he did, and 6 water hole inserts. The previous, I think, I'm going to put these videos together, so I don't know how well they'll go together, so I'll explain this again. There was cracks on the counter bores. Number 3 was cracked about right here. 4 was the same. 5 was similar, I believe. So what Mr. Weaver did, he cut it down for a 200 thousandths inch shim, which, I'll see if this thing will focus. The cracks are gone. He was able to cut the cracks out, which is pretty cool. Really knowledgeable guy, really interesting to see. 6 lower inserts, the lower counter bores, all 6 of them. and the 6 water holes, which were, I think Cat calls for 5/1000ths of an inch, and they were a little out of spec, so he did the 6. And the other, I believe there's 24 total, if I'm not mistaken, 24. So the 18 other ones were okay within spec. So we have the shims. The shims are right up here. He numbered them for me. So when we put the liners in, those shims will go in, and then the liner will go in. Pretty cool. Pretty cool process. So we're gonna keep trying to move forward this evening. My friend Mike, who's helping me, he went trucking last week. And I had sent the head out to a machine shop. I was waiting for that to be checked. They called me last week. Ended up being cracked. Now, we thought it was the head gasket. The head gasket really wasn't showing any major signs of being blown. Now we're thinking it could have been the head, the cracked head, which was cracked at number 3 between the valves. It was cracked at number 5 as well. That could have been my compression, because I was getting compression into the coolant system. That's what started this whole ordeal. And it was pushing coolant pretty good out of the radiator cap and putting it into the overflow tank. And it was also showing when I would take the radiator cap off, exhaust was coming out. Once you would start the truck, you could see smoke coming out. It wasn't steam as if it was hot. It looked more like exhaust. And I also did a compression gas test. You get this kit from Harbor Freight. In a diesel engine, if it turns green, it shows sign of exhaust gas in the coolant system. Did that. So here we are. New oil pan. The other one was cracked, patched up really good. Recored radiator. So that should be pretty nice. That's good. New spacer plate. I went with the IPD two-piece steel piston, steel top with an aluminum skirt, and with the crevice seal liners, there's like a bigger seal at the bottom, which is made to keep the liner tight in the board or the hole, or whatever the proper terminology would be, and keep the liner from moving around. I apologize for my nervousness and my wording. This is really my first time really getting into one of these, and you know, I don't know. I really appreciate Mike letting me do this, babysitting me, doing it, helping me out, definitely helping me big time. I really was adamant about doing it myself though, and finally getting into one. I've been running trucks with B model cats since I started. Back in March of 13, I put my first truck on the road, and that was a 1989 Peterbilt 379 with a 425 3406B and a 15 speed, and here I am. What is it, 12 years later or whatever it is, and still running old stuff with a 3406B and a 15 speed. So probably my favorite engine combination, honestly. Engine and transmission combination. It's just what I like. So please, if I sound kind of nervous or I make a mistake, please don't judge me too hard. But as we keep going, I'll keep the progress videos coming, and hopefully you'll be running in a few days and hauling freight with it again. I can't wait to go trailer trucking, so looking forward to it. A lot more cleaning to do. Definitely want to clean everything up, try to paint it nice, and and see what we got. All right, I'll try to keep the progress coming. Well, here we are. I missed a couple. I was trying to do a video every night when we got done, but a couple nights we worked until about 2 or 3 in the morning. Well, actually, I think it was about 1:30, 2 in the morning. Didn't get to sleep till about 3, but definitely didn't make as many videos as I want. So technically, this is about day 6, I guess, working on it, including the machinist working on it. About a day and a half. But Mike got the whole top end together yesterday. Adjusted the valves, adjusted my jakes. We got the fuel lines on. I put the new dampener on and the pulley fan hub. Painted it up. Mike got the manifold on, turbo on. I put the water pump in, thermostat housing. Put the blow-by tube back on. Painted this side. Yeah. This was a lesson learned for sure, to have a spare engine ready to go. Be nice to build an engine on the ground, reseal out everything, paint it nice. But yeah, here we are. I was thankful I got to do this here with my friend, and it's definitely good to have good friends in trucking. That's for sure. That's definitely a lesson I've learned in my, I guess, about 12 or 13 years of doing this. Let me think here. Yeah, it's about 12 years of running my own truck. A guy I used to haul for, he actually told me it's not what you know, it's who you know. If that ain't the truth. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Thankful I was able to be hands-on and see a lot of this. So hopefully she'll be running this week and I can make a cool video pulling a load with it. See how it does. What'd you just do?
Pull the throttle all the way back. Sucking
Yup.
with an open
There was
system.
no pressure at all.
Yeah. So yeah,
We would have felt it, right?
I mean, if you were getting steam out of your
Once it started.
yeah.
Once it started, I would. So if it was doing it, it would be doing it now.
You would have felt something.
Yeah.
I would think.
Was that ticking still that tick in the engine, or was it the air compressor?
No, I think that was the air compressor.
Yep. Can we start it again?
If you want to, sure. You don't want to run it too long because you got dry liners and you got no coolant,
Yep.
But a little bit ain't gonna hurt it.
That's a wrap. Well, that's a wrap. We got her running yesterday morning early. We worked all night. Got it running. Buttoned up a lot of stuff today. Gonna back it out the shop. Hopefully load a load with it tomorrow morning. Here we are, first load after the in-frame. Did great. Was running good. Pretty impressed with that new turbo, and sounds good and pretty cool. Loaded this load not far from my buddy's shop. I wanted to get something with some weight on it as a first load, see how it pulled and get it working, and it did the job. Really grateful that my friend helped me out, used his shop, his tools, his expertise, helped me out with a bunch of it. But definitely a cool experience doing it yourself and being hands-on. But yeah, that's all we got here. May I stop and get this thing washed or wash it somewhere along the way. Hoping for the best. And then we got some truck shows coming up here, the ATHS show in Madison, Wisconsin, and then Macungie in the week after, I believe. So I hope to make it to both, if not definitely Macungie. We'll see what happens. Well, hopefully people found this video interesting and not too boring, and that's all I got for now.